Have you ever heard a story so mysterious, so full of shadows and sparks of light, that it feels like stepping into a dream? Tonight, I'll take you deep into the heart of Russia's forests, where tall pines whisper secrets, and where courage, kindness, and a tiny doll hold the power to change a girl's fate. This is the story of Vasilisa the Beautiful. Long ago, in a village surrounded by endless forests, there lived a girl named Vasilisa. From the moment she was born, she seemed touched by a quiet glow. Her eyes were warm, her voice gentle, and her heart pure. Her mother loved her dearly, but when illness struck and her time in this world grew short, she called her little daughter to her bedside. "Vasilisa," her mother whispered, her voice thin as the wind through autumn leaves. "Take this small wooden doll. Keep it close, feed it a little bread, and give it a sip of drink whenever you're in need. It will help you if you are kind and good." With trembling hands, the girl took the doll, pressing it to her chest as her mother closed her eyes for the last time. From that day on, the little doll became her secret companion, always tucked away in her pocket. Time passed, and her father remarried, but her new stepmother was harsh, and her two stepsisters were cruel, their hearts hard as stones. They sneered at Vasilisa's beauty and goodness, making her do the heaviest work, chopping wood, fetching water, scrubbing floors until her hands were raw. Yet no matter how much they tried to dim her spirit, Vasilisa's kindness only shone brighter. What they didn't know was that each time despair crept into her heart, she whispered to her little doll, fed it a crumb, and found strength and courage to go on. One evening, as storm clouds gathered and the house grew dark, the stepmother gave a wicked smile. "Our fire has gone out. Vasilisa, you must go into the deep forest and fetch flame from Baba Yaga." At the mention of that name, even the walls seemed to tremble. Baba Yaga, the fearsome witch who lived in a hut standing on chicken legs, who feasted on the unwary, who flew through the night in a mortar and pestle, sweeping her path with a broom. Vasilisa's heart quivered, but she bowed her head. She kissed her tiny doll, tucked it close, and stepped into the night. The forest loomed like a wall of shadows. The trees rose tall and black against the moon, their branches twisting like claws. Still, she walked, whispering softly to the doll, "Guide me, little friend." And strangely, the path seemed to open before her. As she journeyed deeper, she saw a strange sight. A white horseman galloped past, glowing with the dawn. Later, a red horseman thundered by, bright as the noonday sun. And finally, a black horseman rode, cloaked in darkness like the midnight sky. Vasilisa trembled but pressed on, knowing these were servants of the witch. At last, she came upon Baba Yaga's hut, a house with crooked walls, perched high on chicken legs, turning slowly as if to watch her approach. Around it stood a fence made of bones, and upon each post sat a human skull, its hollow eyes glowing with fire. The sight would have frozen most hearts with terror, but Vasilisa clutched her doll and whispered for courage. The chicken-legged hut squatted low, its door creaking open, and there she was, Baba Yaga herself, with iron teeth, a nose that nearly touched her chin, and eyes that gleamed like coals. "Well, well," the witch croaked, "what brings such a sweet child to my door?" "My stepmother sent me," Vasilisa answered bravely. "Our fire has died. She bids me ask you for flame." Baba Yaga grinned, her teeth flashing. "Fire you shall have, if you earn it. For 3 days you must serve me. Fail, and you will join those bones on my fence." So began the test. Baba Yaga set her impossible tasks, sorting heaps of millet from dirt, weaving cloth from tangled threads, cleaning the hut that never stayed clean. Each night, Vasilisa's hands shook, but when she fed her doll a crumb, the doll worked swiftly in secret, completing every chore before dawn. By the second night, Baba Yaga growled, "Someone helps you. Confess." But Vasilisa only bowed her head. "I have only my mother's blessing." The witch hissed, but deep in her crooked heart she feared such blessings. Still, she set more trials, cooking great feasts, fetching water from a dangerous river. Each time, the doll guided her, whispering what to do. At last, Baba Yaga cackled. "You are clever, child, and pure of heart. Here, take what you came for." She plucked a skull from her fence, its eyes burning with fire, and thrust it into Vasilisa's hands. Vasilisa thanked her, tucked the flaming skull carefully, and hurried home. But when she reached the house, her stepmother and sisters rushed forward, greedy for the fire. Yet the moment the fiery skull's gaze fell upon them, their cruelty was revealed, and in an instant the flames consumed them. Vasilisa wept, for she was kind even to those who had wronged her, but the doll whispered comfort, and she knew a new life was beginning. She moved to the city, carrying the doll's wisdom and her own gentle heart. There, she learned to spin and weave the finest cloth, so delicate it shone like sunlight on snow. When the Tsar himself saw it, he was astonished. He sent for the one who had woven such beauty, and when Vasilisa came before him, her grace and kindness shone brighter than any jewel. The Tsar fell in love at once, and soon Vasilisa, once a mistreated girl, became his queen. She kept her doll always close, never forgetting the gift her mother had given her, the gift of courage, kindness, and quiet strength. And so, Vasilisa the Beautiful lived a life of joy, proving that no cruelty can extinguish the light of a pure heart. The lesson of her tale? Even in the darkest forest, with monsters lurking and shadows closing in, kindness and courage can be the flame that guides us home. Like, comment, and subscribe for more magical folktales. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Tell me, friends, if you had Vasilisa's little doll, what would you ask it to help you with?